The Great Western Forum, the latest stop for the perhaps road-weary Rockets, playing their 9th game in 13 days. Charles Barkley activated, won't start, but will play today. Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the greats of all time, and now the Scottie Pippen, giving them 3 of the NBA's all-time 50 greatest. Dennis Rodman, the newest Laker, isn't on the top 50 list. In fact, he's on his own list. He doesn't fit into any category that anyone else belongs to. Shaquille O'Neal, second leading scorer in the league, and the other marquee name is third-year man Kobe Bryant. The Lakers are 8-6. They've won 2 straight since the firing of Del Harris, but of course they were both against the Clippers. The Rockets, meanwhile, are 8-5 after winning yesterday in Vancouver. With Doug Collins, I'm Bob Costas. Welcome to the Great Western Forum. Let's talk first about the Rockets and Scottie Pippen.
Well, Scottie Pippen makes his team go, Bob, and he does it on both ends of the floor. He's their best individual defensive player, and also offensively, he handles the ball, and he gives them a fast break game to go with their great post-up. When he is on his game, this team is tough to beat. You see in the wins what his numbers are, almost 19 points a game, and the losses down to 13. So they need him to play well. Now, in game 1 here that we saw opening night, he struggled against Kobe Bryant, only 4 of 18. They can't win today if he has that kind of game.
Pippen is second in the league in minutes played, and the last 3 games he's played 44, 46, and then yesterday 44 minutes. So fatigue could be a factor for him and the entire veteran Houston team. The Lakers added a veteran this week, but it isn't just any veteran. Dennis Rodman debuted on Friday here against the Clippers with 11 rebounds and 6 assists.
Well, he wasn't great, but we saw glimpses of what the Lakers are hoping to get. His first possession in the game, he gets an offensive rebound, excites the crowd by finding Shaquille O'Neal, who gets a 3-point play. And then this was vintage Dennis Rodman, stepping into the lane, taking the charge, but look at the act afterwards. Up, we're going the other way. And then the rebound, the great outlet pass, triggering the fast break. These are the things that the Lakers are hoping that Dennis Rodman will give them on a consistent basis, Bob.
Rodman, like Barkley today, will not start, will play a lot, he'll come off the bench. And let's check with Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Bob. The addition of Dennis Rodman has had a calming effect on this Laker team. Well, if not calming, it certainly has given them a shot of confidence. There was so much turmoil in the beginning as who's Dennis coming? Is he not coming? What coach do we have? But everything seems to be smoothed out. This team is a very happy team now, and very happy that we got a coach like Kurt Rambis. Now, in terms of playing time, I also talked to Scottie Pippen about the amount of minutes he's played. Scottie told me that this is what he expected when he came to this team. That's the role he plays, and he's prepared for it. Charles Barkley coming back today, a lot of people said maybe it was a little too early on that knee. Charles said he feels fine, and he will be able to play. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks very much. We're back with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off from the Great Western Forum. In just a moment, Lakers getting ready, so are we.
Bob, it's going to be imperative for the Rockets today to try to keep Shaquille O'Neal out of that painted area. If he gets paint catches, they do not have enough big bodies to defend him today.
Well, Shaq had 30 with 14 rebounds and 6 assists in the opener against the Rockets, while Olajuwon had just 11 points and 7 rebounds. The game's first basket goes to podcasts of every NBA game. NBA.com, your ultimate online resource for all things NBA. Shaq, who is shooting 58% from the line, better than his career percentage, hits the first.
Bob, remember when I talked early in the game that Hakeem didn't want to pick up fouls with guards going to the basket? Well, in doing that, now he gets his second against Shaq, so he has to sit down, and Anthony Pick-Miller will check in. Now, he's a big, strong guy, but he does not have the size to play with Shaq down on that block, and they lose a tremendous amount of their offense right now.
Lakers on a 6-0 run to take the lead, 13-12. Harrington guarded by Rodman. Takes it inside on him, and Shaq comes over to block it. Kobe thinking about a 3. Pippen dares him. Harrington rebounds.
Anytime you give it that much thought, very rarely will you have good success.
Ovella Harrington. Boy, he has played well since Barkley was hurt, averaging almost 14 points and better than 7 rebounds a game.
Well, he's quick and he can run out on the floor with Pippen and Price, and Dickerson, this crew they have on the floor. When Barkley comes in, you'll see more of a half-court game.
A whistle as Jones swings the pass out to Fisher. A 3-second violation against the Lakers, and Charles Barkley will come in. Barkley was off to a great start, averaging better than 19 points and over 17 rebounds a game. In the season opener, he had 31 and 15 here against the Lakers, but then had to miss several games after he had arthroscopic surgery on a knee.
Now the style is get the ball to Barkley in the post.
Pippen.
On the nice slash there by Scottie, but normally in the half-court game, what the Rockets will do now, Bob, is they'll go to Barkley, he'll back down, try to get the double team. Now premium on three-point shooting as the style changes with Barkley coming in.
That was Pippen's first basket. Here's Kobe, who's missed his first 4 shots. Fisher. Loose ball into the hands of Pippen. A pull-up 3, way off.
That's Scottie's shot, though. He loves to come down on the break and pull up and shoot that 3. We saw him do it so often with Chicago. But Kobe Bryant has done a nice job. You know, Bob, when we saw them here on opening night, he blocked a couple of his shots in the post. The first time Scottie posted today, Kobe blocked that one also.
Kobe out and Robert Horry in against his former teammates. Eddie Jones into the lane, left hands at home.
Now that's what Kurt Rambis wants. He does not want the impatience of out of the double team shooting quick threes. He said, me and the attack mentality, he'd like to see both Kobe and Eddie Jones slash like that and get to the basket.
Pippen takes it to the hole. And an offensive foul as Rodman set up and took the contact. One of his signatures.
Dennis Rodman is an excellent team defender. He has great awareness off the ball, and you're going to see him step in there and take the charge on Scottie Pippen. That is a turnover, obviously, but a possession for your team.
Remember, Pippen and Rodman have much more of a history as opponents than as teammates. They were bitter rivals when Rodman was with the Pistons. Robert Horry. Horry missed 7 games after he was diagnosed with an irregular heartbeat. This is his 3rd game back, showing no ill effects, playing well. He fouled Pippen there.
That's a mismatch speed-wise. Robert Horry cannot stay with Scottie Pippen. But, Bob, I really like what the Lakers are doing out of the double teams, really driving the ball hard to the basket. Here's the mismatch. Just doesn't have enough speed. Now, Kobe Bryant can stay with him. Scottie, the little hesitation, he turns it and gets to the outside, and Horry has to take the foul.
Timeout with 3:11 to play in the first. The Lakers lead the Rockets 17-16. Shooting better than I thought.
I can second that. I had the opportunity to coach him for 2 years, and one of my favorite players, and I love to watch him play. He plays every phase of the game to win.
He gives the Rockets the lead again. Horry, excellent 3-point shooter, finds Shaq for the hook.
See the paint catch, though. Bob, see where he caught it. The double team can't get there. And Anthony Miller's not big enough to get him out of there. So that's going to be a real problem for the Rockets as this game goes on.
And yet that was O'Neal's first attempt since Miller came into the game. They hadn't gone to him prior to that. Pippen into a crowd and draws the foul.
Foul number 5, Robert Horry. Second personal.
Foul is on Horry, his second.
We're going to watch Shaq as he posts up and watch how deep he gets into the post. Right, look at this. Look where he's now. The double team can't get down to him, and he just punishes it so quickly. So if he gets that deep, the double team cannot get back there to him to give any kind of help. Have you noticed how the minute Robert Horry checked into the game, Scottie Pippen went right into his attack mode? He knows he has that mismatch. Scored the last 2 times down the floor at the free throw line.
Shaq tumbling down. The ball picked up and taken away from him. Price with a pull-up 3. And Barkley with an emphatic follow, signaling his return after being out with an injury. Here's Shaq, and Price had no choice but to foul him. Coming up on NBC.
NBC tonight. Enter a magical world of adventure. Alice in Wonderland. Tonight at 8, 7 Central on NBC.
Shaq at the line. He hit 2 a moment ago. The foul on Price was his first. That one rattles out.
Kobe Bryant returns to the Laker lineup.
Kobe Bryant returns. And Bryce Drew has also come in, the rookie out of Valparaiso, along with Matt Bullard, the veteran forward. Shaq misses them both. Dickerson backs away from Shaq. 6 on the 24. 3 seconds to shoot. Bryce Drew has to force it and makes it. That's a 9-1-1 shot, but in an emergency it'll do.
Yes, it will, and I'm sure he'd love for that one to go in. He's a rookie who's really been struggling, but Rudy Tomjanovich thinks he's going to have a great career ahead of him.
Shaq was fouled by Miller, whose name is Anthony Miller, but who actually prefers to be called Pig. And look at his right arm. He has an oink tattoo up by the shoulder. Here's another interesting stat. According to New York Newsday, 35% of NBA players have at least one tattoo, as opposed to 4% of the rest of the American population. You don't get that kind of information just anywhere, Coach.
Does that mean you and I have to get tattoos now, or what?
I think we'll remain with the 96%. Fisher reaching in, trying to take it away from Drew, but couldn't save it.
You can see what the Rockets have done now. They put their 3 best three-point shooters on the floor right now. So they're going to post Barkley. Shaquille is sitting down, but they're going to post Barkley. Pig Miller will dive to the offensive boards, and they'll put three three-point shooters around the arc. And out of the double team, Barkley will try to find the open man.
Shaq is out. Sean Rooks is in. And Rodman fouls Barkley. That's number 1 on Dennis as we check with Ahmad.
Bob, I have been watching the Dennis Rodman hype out here in Los Angeles, and there was so much talk about why he wears the number 73. And the reason being is 7 is for the 7 rebounding titles, 3 is for the 3 NBA championships in Chicago, 7 plus 3 equals 10, his old number at Detroit, and 73 backwards is his age, 37. Just thought I'd throw that in. That goes along with that tattoo stuff that you just were talking about.
And the hairstyle is a tribute to Laker purple and gold, although at first glance you might confuse it with some sort of marine camouflage motif.
Bob, how about the shape that Barkley's in for missing all this time? He looks in tremendous shape, so he's worked very, very hard to be able to get back early.
Fisher a long 3. Spins out. Rooks juggles the rebound, but eventually clutches it. A pass in for Rooks, and as Miller reached in trying to knock it away, there's a Houston foul. And it's number 2 on the Pig.
See, now you got to go to Antoine Carr, who will be in the game. He's coming off knee surgery, so the Rockets very thin. When I say thin, I mean in terms of the amount of big guys, not in terms of their weight as they come off the bench, because Antoine Carr, Pig Miller, both big guys, but not tall. And you need tall guys to contend against Shaquille O'Neal.
Miller goes out. Sean Rooks at the line was called by his former coach Del Harris the best third-string center in the NBA. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It might be sort of like being the valedictorian of summer school. Bryce Drew to the front court, guarded by Fisher. Barkley with Rooks up on him.
See if he gets the double team and finds the three-point shooter.
He muscles it up, and it spins out for him. Rodman pulls in his first rebound of this game. Derek Fisher driving on Drew, and a foul before the shot. Number 1 on the rookie.
You know, Derek Fisher started early in the season, and what I thought we saw from him, Bob, was almost the expectations of taking over for Nick Van Exel. He struggled, especially with his shooting early. And then Derek Harper came in and played well. So I really believe if they settle into this rotation and Fisher gets comfortable coming off the bench, he can have a lot of success against the backup point guards and get his confidence back. He had lost a lot of confidence early in this season.
Look at that field goal percentage in both roles. 29 and 26.
He's got to take good shots, and a lot of times what happens, he gets himself in a position where that ball comes out of the double team late, and he has to take long three-point shots or off-balance shots to beat the clock.
The Rocket lead is 3 in the last minute of the first quarter. Drew from Barkley can't finish it. A well-executed play, but they don't get the payoff. Dickerson on Kobe, spinning on him, and a little hook is just short. Bryce Drew chases it down, 14 seconds.
See, the Lakers went too quickly with that shot. There was only about a 5-second differential. Now the Rockets have plenty of time. Barkley loves to pull back and shoot a 3.
There it is, but it's short, an air ball grabbed by Rodman as the quarter ends. Rockets by 3, and you're watching the NBA on NBC. Over the
5 got a piece of it. That was excellent defense. No double teaming. Rodman played him by himself.
It's Drew on Harper. Rookie on a 16-year veteran. Derek deals out to Eddie Jones, who's open, but misses the jumper. The rebound to Barkley. Antoine Carr going right to work against Rodman. He gets the roll plus the foul. He's coming to the line. Rodman remembers well what Antoine Carr did against Rodman's Bulls in Game 5 of the finals, prolonging the series with a great second-half performance that night in Chicago. It wasn't long ago that Antoine Carr was a 20-point scorer for the Sacramento Kings.
Well, he took that a little personally. That time he lowered his shoulder and just kept banging until he got where he wanted to get in the paint. Got the nice little soft shot up, got the nice roll and the three-point play.
Bryant working on Pippen. Out to Eddie Jones, who's guarded by Cuttino Mobley. Behind the Rook screen, Kobe went up, tried to return the pass to him, but the ball was knocked away, and then the Rockets lose it right back.
Those are those unforced errors that really hurt you. Good defense that time, and Antoine Carr just got a little excited. Bryce Drew hit him in the shoulder with the ball. Just take your time, get it out, make sure you get good possessions, especially when you're on the road.
Bryant with the jumper, and Kobe with his first field goal. Now has 4. He hit a couple of free throws earlier. He had missed his first 5 before connecting on that one. Barkley, the jumper. Missed it over Rooks, who takes the rebound on a bounce and flings it out to Eddie Jones. Takes it right to the basket on Cuttino Mobley.
That's when the Lakers at their most exciting best. But to do that, you've got to get defensive stops and rebounding. That's what they're hoping that Rodman is going to help with Shaq, so that Eddie Jones and Kobe can run and get some easy scores.
Carr again. Not this time. Harper behind the Rook screen, swishes a 3.
Rudy T is going to take a timeout. It's a little bit of a surge here, and he needs to stop it right now.
Lakers on a 7-0 run to take the lead. Doug, let's talk a bit about the Houston Rockets. They're a veteran team. How do you look at Rudy Tomjanovich's best approach to this shortened season?
Well, I don't think Rudy would ever say it, but I think that he feels confident enough about his team that if they're healthy, he's not worried whether they finish 1st or 8th to start the playoffs as much as the fact they get in and are healthy. And I think he thinks they can beat anybody then.
Cuttino Mobley with the miss, but Olajuwon just back in the game, follows and scores. Well, Rudy remembers that in '95 they came from the number 6 seed in the West to win their second title. They were a number 2 seed when they won their first. Rodman with a good pass to Rooks.
See, Dennis Rodman is an excellent passer. That's one of the things that's lost sometimes in his game. One of the things he brought to that Chicago triangle offense was a big guy who could catch the ball and pass.
Pippen around Bryant, who reached in and fouled him. Well, the contrast with Rodman is his public persona is about as mindless as anyone's could possibly be, but he is a very cerebral basketball player. He's one of the most intelligent players in the NBA.
Well, he does, and he knows team defense, he knows offense, he knows when to rest and maybe just come down the floor slowly, let the fast break develop. He knows when to use his body. There's no question, Bob, he's a brilliant basketball player.
Olajuwon's wide open and sinks it.
See, I think you're going to have to, if you're Kurt Rambis, maybe get Shaquille back in the game, because right now Olajuwon could go crazy here offensively.
That might have dropped, but Rodman, a bit overzealous, got to the rim, and they wave it off.
Nice drive by Harper, and you're going to see at the last moment Rodman flying into your screen, and he grabs the rim. That's a good call. See, I'd have to think the Rockets are going to really think about going to Olajuwon right now with Shaq off the floor.
Mobley lost it to Jones. Shaq is at the scorer's table. You were thinking along with Rambis, Coach.
Well, you also got 2 fouls on Hakeem. Maybe you can get him out of the game with Shaq back in there.
In and out for Drew on the attempted three. Kobe splits 2 defenders. Pretty basket.
You got a lot of confidence when you've missed your first 5. You finally get one to go 1 for 6, and that's the 7th shot you take. That's confidence.
I've never seen Bryant appear to have his confidence shaken in any situation. Hakeem against Rooks.
See, that's a mismatch, and Kurt Rambis knows it, and he knows that the NBA is a game of mismatches. He does not want Olajuwon to get on a 6 or 8 point run here, so he's going to come back in with Shaq on the next dead ball.
Olajuwon has hit 6 of his first 8. Harper's pass intended for Rooks, stolen by Mobley. Rockets with numbers. Bryce Drew. Rodman gets in there, grabs the rebound, and Harrington fouls him over the back. It's the Lakers by 1 and a timeout. Because
I got so upset. These guys didn't understand. Let's put this team away so we can rest. We had him down 20. We let him back in the game. I had to play 44 minutes. See, in Chicago, they would put teams away, and sometimes he and Michael didn't play the entire 4th quarters.
Harper doubled, bounces to Rodman. Here's Eddie Jones with the rookie Mobley on him.
They're going to have to protect Hakeem. He's got 2 fouls.
Nice pass from Shaq, but Jones couldn't finish it. Jones contends he was fouled. The officials don't agree. Cuttino Mobley is fouled by Eddie Jones at the other end.
Scotty's really taken this young guy under his wing. This guy's got great energy and talent and confidence. He said, I really have to just let him know that you can't go 100 miles on every possession. And on that last fast break, before the timeout, I saw him talking to him. It was a 4-on-2 break. He said, just let it develop.
Mobley's a rookie from Rhode Island, the Rockets' 2nd-round pick. Olajuwon given a little room by Shaq. Now O'Neal is up on him, and the pass is knocked away by Rodman, but recovered by Harrington. Pippen on a nice pass from Brent Price. If this was hockey, Olajuwon would get the 2nd assist because it was really a 2-pass basket. Bryant is wide open. It's short. Harrington stampedes to the bucket.
Can you see how different this Rocket team is? Oh, this is a team that used to never fast break. You look out on the perimeter now, they've got some young guys that can run with some depth, and also Harrington as a power forward can run, so they have some different options they've had in the past.
Shaq's little jumper. 2nd try.
Remember how we talk about with Shaq, when he lets that ball go, that you've got to go get your body into him, that he's been great at following up his own missed shots and getting them back. That's what we saw on that play.
Jumper by Pippen. Scotty, after a slow start, is in double figures with 10. Olajuwon, who scored only 11 in the team's first meeting this year, already has 12 in the first half today.
Well, Kobe did a good job early, but then remember he got to the line against Ori.
Rodman trying to excite the crowd, misses the 20-footer. Pippen. Hold on. Rodman clapping his hands. It's a Houston foul.
Number 32, Othello Harrington. Second personal, second.
The foul was on Othello Harrington, his second. Rodman goes not exactly to the bench, but out of the lineup.
This is a guy who hates to be taken out of the game. I mean, after the game is over, he'll ride the exercise bike for 2 hours, so energy's never been a problem. I mean, if he could, he'd like to play all 48 minutes.
He's a physical marvel at age 37.
That's what they were saying about you today in the workout room in between the games today, Bob. You were a physical marvel.
In some sense. Shaq. Fisher all alone. The three ties the game at 42. Olajuwon looking to work on Knight. Hold on. An illegal defense is called. And that's the first warning against Kurt Rambis's team.
You see the philosophy of what the Lakers are trying to do defensively. They have Travis Knight playing Olajuwon. They say he's big enough, we can bother him, and then they allow Shaq to roam around defensively. So that's what happens when you have a player out there you don't have to guard.
Shaq got a hand on it, knocked it away from Hakeem. Kobe. Now he's hit a couple in a row.
That was on balance. You could see he made his move, but before he took the shot, he got himself on balance and squared his shoulders.
Pippen behind the screen.
See, now Scotty's hit 2 jumpers, and they're going way underneath that screen, forcing him to do that. Shaq is going to have to show up, or they're going to have to do something, but Scotty's feeling it now with that outside J.
Shaq double teamed by Miller and Olajuwon. Bryant for 3. Saved by Jones to Shaq. And a foul as Mobley reached in and tried to wrest it away.
I really sense a lot of energy in the Rockets today. You know, even though they played yesterday, I don't think they would say a whole lot. I think this game is very important to them. I think with Rodman coming in and with the changes they've made, this is a very proud team now.
Well, the game's on national television, and Michael Jordan is sitting courtside.
That'll do it to you.
Derek Fisher from the head of the key. Travis Knight battling to keep it alive. Kobe. Pippen's pass is intercepted by Eddie Jones. Lakers by 2. Shaq knocked away by Olajuwon and saved by Pippen. Good play. Mobley over Jones. Kobe Bryant an easy rebound. Fisher in the lane.
Just too strong for Brent Price. Got his body on him, getting a little shoulder bump. And Bob, we talk about how important it is to end quarters and halves. Lakers right now finishing strong.
Timeout Houston.
What do they
Pull it.
call the off?
Jones misses the 3, but Shaq most definitely does not miss the 2.
See, when he gets in there, there's no answer. When he gets on that offensive board like that, there's not a man or 2 men that can keep him away from the rim.
This seems astounding to say, but he outweighs Olajuwon by about 90 pounds. Pippen's three isn't there. Rebound Shaq. Knight's open. Doesn't get the bounce, and Pippen goes in between three Lakers for the rebound. Olajuwon, 8 of 10 in this half.
See, that's what Pippen gives them, a running game. They had no running game last year. Everything was pounded into post, double team, shoot threes. Now they have the capabilities to get some easy baskets. That time Olajuwon with a pull-up jumper.
Last 10 seconds of the half. Shaq with the screen for Kobe. And that'll do it. Fast-paced first half ends with the Lakers in front by a basket. Stay tuned for the Prudential halftime report after these messages. You're watching the end.
He had so much energy early in the game that he didn't have it for the finish. I think we're set here for a huge finish from Shaquille O'Neal today. He still has 12 points but only 6 shots. I think he's going to be very fresh for the end.
Rocket ball as the second half begins. Dickerson fires a three, and just like that, the Rockets are in front.
That's usually a major weapon for the Rockets. They average about 17 points a game from the three-point line. Only 1 of 7 in the first half for 3 points.
First basket for the rookie from Arizona. Pippen deflects it, and Price comes away with it. Scottie Pippen, one of the greatest transition players in NBA history, has it rattle out for him. Kobe takes it right back at him and scores.
Kobe 4 for 12 in the first half. That makes him 5 for 13. So he's getting his shots, and most of them are on quick plays like that, beating the defense down the floor.
Olajuwon screening for Pippen, who deals out to Price, and now Dickerson's open. 2 consecutive threes for the rookie.
Bob, it's interesting. We were sitting here at halftime, and I said, Bob, look at the three-point shooting for the Rockets. They've only made 1. That's a big part of their offense. They come out their first 2 scores with threes.
Harper drives. Olajuwon rebounds. Harrington against Knight. And the foul is on Travis Knight.
Foul number 40, Travis Knight.
Kobe Bryant here, when he's on the fast break, he's really an unguardable player. You see, Scottie does a good job. He actually gets a hand in the face, but the soft roll, Kobe Bryant with a nice 2 points there in this sort of secondary break.
Knight has 4 fouls now. Scottie, left hand.
Oh, what a beautiful move by Scottie Pippen. He faked over the top of the screen, went baseline, and beautiful use of the left hand in the body.
Eddie Jones to Kobe. It was a 2-pointer had it gone. And Olajuwon is there for the rebound. How close to 100% at this stage of his career with the age and most importantly the knee injury is Akeem.
Well, he's slowed down, Bob. He definitely picks his spots.
Harrington muscles up and misses, and Bryant clutches the rebound.
I mean, you can see him pick his spots.
Eddie Jones, nice catch, and then the reverse. It was a difficult reception. That was part 1, and then a twisting basket.
That's what they'd like to see more here of the Lakers, those kind of run-out breaks, and they think that Rodman, with his rebounding and outlet passing, can help that phase of their game.
But you could see that for sure on Friday night against the Clippers. Olajuwon over Shaq. Overshot it. Out of bounds, touched last by the Lakers. Rockets keep it.
Great pass ahead from Kobe Bryant. You see over the shoulder Eddie Jones looking it into his hands beautifully, knowing exactly where he is. Reverse off the glass. Nice play there by Kobe Bryant and Eddie Jones.
Harrington with the bounce to Olajuwon. Switches hands, and then the tip is there for Othella Harrington. Harrington, in his 3rd year out of Georgetown, finding himself now with the Rockets. Eddie Jones, a very difficult shot, and the bank is closed for him. Harrington grabs the rebound, slings it out to Dickerson. Now Price.
Boy, the Rockets really are running out on the front of that break. Dickerson and Brent Price, you've seen Harrington, Pippen push it. Rambis does not like it. He's going to take a timeout. But the Lakers are shooting the ball quickly and not getting back well on defense right now.
Rockets have outscored the Lakers 12-4. Lakers suddenly trail by 6 as they put it back in play after the timeout.
Shaq's got to touch the ball in this possession. He's gone about 3 possessions without getting his hands on it. They got to get him the ball in the post, at least keep him involved in the game.
Touched it, but lost it. Olajuwon got inside O'Neal.
Set play out of a timeout. Olajuwon that time came over and slipped the screen as Shaq got to the outside. He just slipped it. Set play by Rudy T gets his team a dunk.
18 for Akeem. O'Neal responds. And Shaq has 14. Olajuwon screening from Pippen, but Kobe's back up on him. Passes out of the double team. 1 second to shoot. Hakeem beat the shot clock. Bryant with the rebound. Kobe on the lob to Jones.
That previous possession, Scottie Pippen did too much dribbling. That's normally not his game. He got caught, and they had to take a wild shot to beat the clock, and then nobody gets back against the fast break.
Pippen with daylight. And Jones with the rebound. Kobe. Back comes Price. Harper knocked it away and fouled him. And tomorrow night on NBC.
Foul.
Makes both free throws. Rockets by half a dozen. Robert Horry with the bounce to Shaq. Muscling in on Olajuwon, and a Houston foul.
Number 34, Akeem.
And it's on Akeem, his third.
First team foul. Number 17, Rick Fox in the Laker lineup.
Rick Fox, who didn't play in the first half, checks in.
Now, interesting, Robert Horry was their first power forward off the bench here in the second half instead of Dennis Rodman. Remember, he came right in for Travis Knight, who started the game. This time it was Horry, and an early appearance here by Rick Fox into the game in the third quarter for Kobe Bryant.
Shaquille's usual backup, Eldon Campbell, is not here today. He's home with the flu. That's why we saw Sean Rooks in the first half. Normally their third string center.
Well, their team is going to change now. Campbell probably going to be more of a backup center. Horry more of a backup power forward. Rick Fox the backup small forward. So guys are going to have more defined roles rather than the versatility they had before they got Rodman.
Price with a leader. In and out. Rebound Jones. Shaq. Look out below.
He turned and faced the double team, and what happened? One of the guys left him an open path right to the basket. Look out below was right.
Olajuwon cutting in between Horry and O'Neal and traveling in the process.
One has a foul and one has traveling. Mike Mathis has the travel first. That will take precedence, so the Lakers will get the ball.
Shaq to the cutting Fox, off his hands, but hold on, says Mike Mathis. Well, it's another one on Olajuwon, and that will be his fourth.
I think he just got a technical also.
A technical foul against Akeem.
So Olajuwon picks up his fourth foul, plus the technical, and takes a seat.
See, Akeem, the third foul that he picked up Shaquille wheeled in there in the lane, sort of threw himself at the basket as Eddie Jones shoots a tee. And then that one, out of the double team, he reached back and actually fouled the cutter.
Fisher for Harper now. After Jones hits the tee. Lakers looking for the tying basket or the lead with a three. O'Neal ties it.
If he's going to make that shot, you're not going to stop him. They did a great job there. Antoine Carr pushed him off the block. That was a fading jumper from about 10 feet. Those are the shots you have to make him make.
19 for Shaq. Scott it. Carr has it rattle out on him. Fox at the other end.
Shaq wants the ball in that block once again.
And he's got it. Harrington over with Carr on the double team and a whistle. A 3-second by illegal defense. Illegal defense is called against the Rockets, and Rudy T is hot.
First violation.
He called it on Brent Price off the ball, and I could not see. It looked like he got down below the foul line, but it was hard to pick that one out. That one came so quickly. They had Shaq pinned over in the corner.
Fresh 24 for the Lakers. Game tied at 64. They swing it to Eddie Jones. And the rebound is taken by Harrington. Barkley getting ready to check in for the Rockets. Off Harrington's hands, taken by Fisher, who pushes it back the other way. Shaq was bumped by Carr as he received the pass.
Foul number 55, Antoine Carr, first personal, 13 foul.
That's number 1 on Carr. Next Sunday at noon Eastern, a full day at NBC. Begins with Showtime. Then it's regional NBA action. Most of you will see the Heat and the Pacers. Some will see the Nets and the Knicks. Then we go to the PGA Tour, final round coverage of the Doral Ryder Open. And then at 6 Eastern, it's these Lakers in Salt Lake City against the Jazz. The basket counts as it falls for Fox. And Antoine Carr picks up another quick foul.
See, Rudy T's got a problem right now, Bob. They had bought a 6-point lead. They had a 6-point lead. Now the Lakers have gotten a 2-point lead. More importantly, as you see Fox go to the basket here, he's going to lower his shoulder and get the call for yesterday. And Scotty's going to have some energy, but right now they're in a 3-point hole, and Olajuwon is in foul trouble.
Rockets opened the quarter on a 12-4 run, but the Lakers have answered with a 13-2 spurt. Barkley against Horry, who denies him. Now slings it ahead to Jones. Rudy T makes the sign of the T. He wants time. 3:58 to play in the third. Lakers by 5. Here's the trimmed down Charles Barkley giving it to Pippen. Knocked away. Last touch by the Lakers. Rockets keep it. Here's Pippen's line so far. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. But
yeah, all the minutes, and they put 3 different defenders against him to try to wear him down. You've seen Kobe Bryant, you've seen Rick Fox, you've seen Eddie Jones. So they're trying to keep a fresh body on him and wear him down. And again, they went from an 8-point lead to a 5-point deficit. So this 13-point run has really forced Rudy T's hands now. They maybe have to be able to go inside to Barkley, but how healthy is he right now?
We talked earlier about all the minutes Pippen has played. Second most in the league. Carr misses off the baseline, and a flat-footed rebound to Shaq. Fisher, hold on, offensive foul.
No basketball, offensive foul.
That's number 1 on Derek.
That's where Fisher's got to see that the defense is back. He broke the free throw line, no place to go. That's where you pull it back. You get yourself a good possession and a score. You're on a nice little run right now. You don't want to turn it over with an offensive foul.
Here come the Rockets, who have missed their last 6 shots from the field. Horry left alone with Barkley. Can't handle him this time.
See, he can slow the pace of the game down right now and let Scotty rest. If he'll get in that post and deliver, the pace of the game will slow way down. Got him.
Catch and shoot by Shaq. Horry trying to follow. The foul is on him over the back of Barkley.
You know, it's interesting. I'm watching Kurt Rambis today. And remember the other night we watched him against the Clippers, how quiet and all he was. Today, a little bit more of a game. Realized he was going to beat the Clippers. More animated, more excited as Rodman comes in the game. The crowd chanting for Rodman, and they get their wish.
This is Dennis's first appearance of the second half. He played 13 minutes with those numbers in the first half. Jones stepped in front of Dickerson, picked it off, and then saved it. But Pippen takes it right back. Those legs of Scottie Pippen. Jones knocked it away from Barkley. Houston ball.
See, Antoine Carr tried to make like a guard in the middle of the floor. He didn't realize Eddie Jones got into the passing lane. But Bob, how well you described the long arm of Scottie Pippen, how he disrupts the passing lanes.
7-time first team all defense. Barkley. Rick Fox tried to get back and then tried to make like Jerry Rice diving for a pass, but couldn't come up with it. Speaking of Jerry Rice, how long before the Lakers get Glenn Rice? And if they do, how do you distribute the shots between Rice, Kobe, and Shaq?
Well, that'll be Kurt Rambis' problem if they do that.
And aren't you glad that you're here and not there?
Yes, I am, Bob. I was thinking that same thought.
The stress level is much lower.
Well, being around you now is not easy, but it is lower. There's no question about that.
But there's only one of me. You don't have 12 guys to worry about anymore. Here's Barkley. Carr keeps it alive. Dickerson. Back rims it, and Rooks is there. Lakers by 1. Nice pass underneath, but Jones couldn't do anything with it. Seconds to shoot. Fisher misses. Rodman chases it down.
Great hustle play there by Rodman. Again, the intangibles that he brings. See if they can take advantage of the offensive rebound.
The jumper by Fox is good for 3.
Get some 3 points. That could be a 5 to 6 point swing. The 2 or 3 you don't get, the 3 they get.
On Barkley. And a whistle. It's Rodman, his second.
Foul number 73, Dennis Rodman, second person.
Watch Rodman track this ball down. Some people just know where the ball is going to be. Great energy, great hands, gets his team another possession. Fox then converts in the corner on the 3-point shot to give the Lakers a 4-point lead.
With Rodman, it isn't just how effectively he plays. He's an energizing type player to his teammates, to the crowd. When he's on his game, he is such an enjoyable guy to watch play. Not for all the bogus celebrity reasons, but because of the unique way in which he plays the game.
I would agree completely with that. The thing about it is you'd like to be able to harness that every night. And what's going to happen against the inferior teams? I think that's the big concern.
Bullard got the rebound off the Barkley miss, but then he misses. Rebounding foul coming up, and it's against the Rockets.
Charles Barkley.
That's number 1 on Sir Charles, and premiering Wednesday on NBC.
Experience amazing stories of heroism and survival. World's Most Amazing Videos premieres NBC Wednesday at 9, 8 Central.
A minute 1 to play in the third.
See, now Barkley goes to the line, he misses 2. They can bring his team back to 2. Now Rodman has a chance, if he can make both these free throws, to push it back to 6 to give his team a little bit of a cushion.
How much of a winner has he been? Outside of several players with the Celtic dynasty of the 50s and 60s, only 3 players have more rings than Rodman's 5. You just saw one of them, Michael Jordan. The other 2, Scottie Pippen and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 1 of 2. Nice pass to Price, who lays it in off the feed from Anthony Miller. Rooks against Miller. Hits the hook.
See, Anthony Miller's got to hold his ground there. He allowed Rooks just to back him down. Bob, you got to get the forearm out. You got to put the arm bar in the back, and you got to hold your ground.
Game clock overlaps the shot clock by about 4 seconds. Price lost it, but Miller picks it up, and Barkley cleans up the mess. Collecting the garbage. That's always been something Barkley has done so well. Here's Fisher. Sprinting back is Price. Does he have time? He throws it over the glass.
That wouldn't have counted. Anytime it goes over the board, that's a violation. But what he did was important, because had he not touched it, the Lakers would have gotten the ball underneath their basket. So the great hustle, at least the Lakers now have to inbound it.
0.4 of a second, which means that according to the rule, they can catch it and shoot it. And now they restored, actually, a few more ticks or partial ticks. It's now at 0.8.
See, the last possession, I was watching Dennis Rodman when his team had the basketball and Derek Fisher was attacked.
To Rooks. Almost. We'll be right back after these words from your local station. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
People, and Rick Fox drives to the basket against Bullard, but coaches put so much time into the scouting and all to stop other teams that it's, let's also be, very honest, guys don't shoot the ball as well anymore.
And scoring has fallen every year since the early 90s. Before Bullard can release the 3, there's an offensive foul.
Very, very important time right now for the Rockets. The Lakers have pushed it to 7, and you've got Pippen and Olajuwon resting. Scottie went out the last minute of the 3rd quarter, but Rudy T has got to be able to buy some time for him to finish the game. Remember, he played 44 minutes yesterday.
The foul on Harrington was his 3rd. Fox drives on Bullard and gives it off to Rooks, who's done a good job off the bench today.
See, Kurt Rambis understands the game as a game of mismatches, and right now the mismatch is Bullard playing Fox. So what's he done? He's isolated him twice. He's gotten him 4 points. That time out of the help, Fox finds the man for the easy layup.
This is the Lakers' biggest lead. They're in front by 9. Barkley cuts it to 7. And he has a dozen.
He's really an amazing athlete. When you think the guy's just come off surgery, and to be able to come out and play like this today, he's really an incredible athlete. Sometimes it gets lost with Charles.
Fox hits the 3. So Fox, who was listed as a starter early in the year, in a combination of injury and the emergence of Kobe Bryant, the acquisition of Dennis Rodman, who knows exactly where he is on Rambis's depth chart. But he's contributed today. He scored 11.
Again, it's the matchups right now. Bobby's going right now.
We do not want to miss that. No sooner had Ahmad mastered the lambada than now he's got to go to salsa dancing. Ahmad?
Yes, Bob, salsa is probably what I do best. It's something that I've been doing all my life, and I've been in salsa contests, and it's better with a chip. When you dip the chip in it, it's the best salsa I've ever had.
Yeah, very nice. And you had only just stopped doing the Macarena in the hallway in the hotel, and now it's this. The Laker lead is 10 at 84-74 with 10:34 to play in the game.
See Gary Vitti wiping some blood up off the floor, the Laker trainer.
Big turnaround. The Rockets led by 8 midway through the third. Now down by 10.
Well, the difference is when the Rockets went to their bench with Olajuwon going down and Pippen resting, the Lakers made their move, and Shaq is resting right now for the strong finish.
Here's Bryce Drew.
A lot of dribbling there. The clock is way down. 7 seconds. They finally get the foul, Bob, but too much dribbling.
As we mentioned earlier, this is Houston's 9th game in 13 days. Back-to-back on the road. They won in Vancouver yesterday afternoon before flying into Los Angeles. And perhaps the fatigue is catching up with them in the second half.
Well, they had a real disappointing loss at home to Atlanta the other night. I think that was really discouraging for Rudy T and the team. With Steve Smith out, they sort of laid an egg, and the Hawks went in and beat them.
Barkley. Rodman made him change it and miss it badly. Now he slings it out to Kobe. Rooks gives it back to him. Now Fox. They overpassed it, but they got the foul.
They're going to have to either cut into this lead right now or probably end up losing by 18, 19 points. So right now, they've got to find a way to get a basket.
They've got Pippen, Barkley, and Olajuwon on the floor now. And Shaq is not out there. It's Rooks guarding Olajuwon, who goes to work on him and is fouled.
Hakeem was getting ready to get into the dream shake, and it looked like Sean Rooks maybe bumped him a little bit, but not really happy with that call. It's Kurt Rambis.
Hakeem again. And he's fouled again. Olajuwon has 18 points, but only 2 of them in the second half.
Well, he was 8 for 10 shooting in the first half, a lot of them on jumpers and easy baskets. But, you know, you asked me a while ago, Bob, about how has Hakeem slowed down. Well, you know, it used to be that if he had a backup center like Sean Rooks against him, I mean, you would go in there every time and he would score easily or make something happen. You could see in those 2 possessions, he had to really work to get fouled.
Here's what's happened the last few seasons. There was a time when Michael was off playing baseball when Olajuwon was probably the best player in the NBA. The blocks are about half of what they once were. At one time, he was blocking more than 4 a game. And the scoring has gone from 27, 28 a game to around 16. He misses them both.
See, that's really a deflator for your team as you're trying to come back. Now the Lakers can push it to 13, and Shaq is in and well rested.
As Bryant receives the pass, there's an offensive foul call on the Lakers.
Offensive foul number 8, Kobe Bryant.
And it's on Kobe. Pippen driving on Fox.
Oh, my. What a beautiful move. Rodman came over to take the charge. It looked like in midair, Scotty jumped around him.
Now he pokes it away into the hands of Drew, who gets it back from Scotty. Now returns it to him, and that one wouldn't stay down. Olajuwon gives them a fresh 24. And Barkley gives them does not give them 2 points. He blew an easy one inside. Rodman was trying to call a timeout.
There's the smart play you talked about. Realizing he was falling out of bounds, Rodman calls the timeout.
Olajuwon missed the 2 free throws, and Barkley blew a layup. That hurts. Lakers inbound, and Fox is trapped by Barkley and Pippen, but it was touched last by the Rockets.
Fred Price returns to the Rocket lineup, replacing Bryce Drew.
Kobe and Fox for 3.
Well, Rick Fox has been terrific off the bench for the Lakers. He really struggled against the Clips the other night. He has been a huge factor in their comeback here today.
Pippen can't answer with a 3 of his own, but Barkley is there for the rebound. Barkley against Rodman. Misses over him.
See, Rodman's doing a nice job getting him off the block, forcing Charles to shoot the fadeaway instead of pounding himself till he gets it in the lane.
Lakers by 12. Shaq, nobody there, and on the turnover, Houston has it.
A little too unselfish that time. Shaq should have taken that shot. Rodman was waiting for the offensive rebound.
Mobley on the move. Touch last by Rodman. Dennis pleading his case to no avail. Olajuwon hits from the head of the key. 20 for Akeem. Kobe. Soft hoop.
See, again, matchups. Cuttino Mobley's playing Kobe Bryant. They took their time, put Kobe in the post, no double team. Kobe just turned, raised over the top of him, shot it, and knocked it in.
Fox on Pippen. Olajuwon screening for Scotty. And Mobley couldn't hold on to Barkley's pass.
See, Bob, you know, we talk so much about matchups. The reason the game is such a game of matchups is because of the illegal defense. You see something that you like, you get a guy in his scoring area, and if he doesn't get a double team, he has the advantage. If he does, then he creates an open shot for somebody else. They're going right back to it again. If you don't stop it once, make them come and do it again.
He misses it off the glass, and Barkley has position on Rodman. Price collides with Fisher, and the foul is on Derek Fisher. That's 2 on him.
See, I really like what Kurt Rambis is doing here right now with Derek Fisher, too. As a young man who has been struggling with his confidence, he has him out on the floor right now, really with his better team. He's got him out there with Rodman, Shaq, Kobe, and Rick Fox. All these little things right now to get the confidence back that you're going to need to finish this season, especially winning the playoffs.
Rockets trying to cut into a 12-point deficit. Brent Price to Olajuwon. Nice assist for Price behind the back. Shaq, and a foul.
So deep, there was nothing Olajuwon could do. I mean, he got below the dotted line.
And that's 5 on Olajuwon. Shaq to the line. He scored 19. And he's stuck there for the moment. He had 19 in each of their last 2 games, wins over the Clippers, and that served to lower his scoring average to 26-8, entering the game second in the league to Philadelphia's Allen Iverson, who leads it by 2 full points at 28.8.
But see, Shaq is so good and so big and so strong. He's going to get 25, 26 points just by being out there and being active. He's not going to have to touch it every time down the floor.
Either Houston makes a move in the next couple of minutes or they wave the white flag. Here's Price. Tough shot, missed it badly. Board position for Derek Fisher, who takes the rebound from his guard spot. Out to Fox. And timeout Houston. Rick Fox, who didn't play in the first half, has scored 18 points in the second on a perfect 6%.
Broken the Rockets back. That pushes them back out to a 13-point lead, and I think it's going to be very difficult for the Rockets to find points here at the finish. The Lakers are really gearing themselves up defensively right now.
The ball went out of bounds off Bryant. Rocket ball from in front of their own bench. 5:25 to play. They trail by 13. Olajuwon. Shaq takes the rebound and fires ahead for Fox, but Price breaks it up.
You know what, though? That's a good play by Shaq. You got a 13-point lead, and I think that Kurt Rambis would like to see more of those quick outlet passes rather than holding the ball to allow him to get down the floor. He can come into the play as a secondary option all the time.
Del Harris wanted to see more of it too. Harris, an excellent professional, very good coach. Coach of the year once here with the Lakers. Improved their win total every complete season he was here, but that's the reality of the modern game and modern sports overall.
Hey, you know, Bob, one year I was the all-star coach. The next year I didn't know how to coach. I was fired. That's the nature of the business, and when you get in it, you understand it. Del Harris would never be as popular as Kurt Rambis here. They remember the championships. That's just the way it is.
Rambis was a member of 4 of those championship teams in the 80s for the Lakers. Fox again. Good again. For Fox, who is on fire.
Very reminiscent of when they played opening night, when the three-pointers in the second half broke the game open. That's the script today also.
Barkley whistle before the shot.
On number 73 is Rodman. Fourth personal.
It's the Lakers by 16 now. Next Sunday at noon Eastern, a full day of sports comes your way, beginning with Showtime. Then it's regional action. Most of the country gets the Heat and the Pacers. Some of you will see the Nets and the Knicks. Then we're off to final round coverage of the Doral Ryder Open. And then at 6 Eastern time, Doug and I will be in Salt Lake City. It's the Lakers against the team that has supported them in the playoffs the last couple of years, the Utah Jazz. And tomorrow night on TBS, these Lakers are on the road in Phoenix against the Suns. The Lakers, meanwhile, are shooting 56% from the floor for the game.
I tell you, in this era, you shoot 50%, it's going to be hard for you to lose a game.
Especially since no team in the league is shooting better than 46% to this point in the season. And a foul on Mobley.
That's the second personal, third team.
Fouled him, reaching in before he could take off.
So now that's just a careless play by Kobe Bryant. You've got a lead, and you sort of throw that casual inbounds pass that's stolen. Those are the concentration things. Even with the lead, you've got to learn to make the right play, because somewhere along the line, that game is going to be on the line, and you're going to have to make that pass under pressure. So you want to learn to do it the right way.
Kurt Rambis has given Derek Fisher. Harper's 37 years old. Shaq, double team, finds Bryant. Now Fisher. Harrington has the rebound. Now he has it back to Pittman. Hits it off the glass, but they take it away. An offensive foul. That's 4 on Othella Harrington.
Okay, Rudy T's looking up the clock right now. They're down 12 with about 4:08 to go. I think Rudy's saying about 1 more minute. If we don't cut into this, I've got to get Scotty and Hakeem out of the game also. It's a long season, 50 games in 90 days with an older team.
Rodman. Well, he's coming to the foul line.
How about a guy like Scottie Pippen, though? Here's a guy who's won everything. The game's a 12-point game, 4 minutes to go. Watch Pippen come over and set up to give his body up to try to draw the charge. That's what championship players do. Even though he didn't get the call, that's how you win championships, by doing those little things.
If the road to the finals in the West goes through Utah, as most people believe, somebody's got to guard Karl Malone. Not stop him, but slow him. And that somebody might be Rodman.
I don't think there's any doubt that one of the things they were thinking about was that we're going to have to beat Utah if we're going to get to the World Championship game. And to do that, we need a guy like Rodman. Now they've got Rodman, they've got Horry, they've got Campbell, they've got Travis Knight. They've got 4 guys they can throw against him.
Rodman styles a bit as he takes the rebound.
The guy can say all he wants to say. The man loves to play basketball. It's a joy for him to be out there and play.
Rodman, crowd wants him to shoot. He obliges them but misses. Shaq powering in, and Olajuwon maybe hit with his 6th. Olajuwon is done.
Dennis Rodman, the little karate kick and the rebound. The energy, and he goes for the three-point shot. Now, normally in LA with a 13-point lead, the crowd would be gone right now. They're waiting to see what Rodman is going to do. Even Michael Jordan is sticking around with a little smile. He said, I've seen that before.
Shaq with 20. Pippen continues to log heavy minutes. He stays out there. Carr, who has replaced Olajuwon, gets the rebound. Price had it stripped away by Fisher. It's still Rocket ball. Meanwhile, somebody better put out a missing persons report on Matt Maloney.
Yeah, Matt has not played. He's really sort of been the odd man out here. Rudy said not seeing a lot of double teams. His game has suffered this year. I asked him about him before the game when I was speaking. He said, really, the other guys have just played better right now. So Matt Maloney's going to have to work to get his time back.
Maloney didn't play at all yesterday in Vancouver and hasn't logged a minute today. Kobe got it. Othello Harrington with a little hook. He entered the game shooting 58% from the field, the best mark to this point in the season in the league.
Now, you said Scotty was all-league defense, what, 7 straight years, correct? Is that what you said? Did you see the move that Kobe Bryant put on him, the baseline? Just absolutely frozen.
Shaq from Rodman. Stay right here, says Mike Mathis. No basket.
Now, this move by Kobe Bryant, now this is Scottie Pippen that's playing him. Watch this move. Watch Scotty just locks him. He actually is out of the picture when he makes the jump shot. You think Kobe in his mind doesn't know that Michael Jordan's sitting over there right now critiquing everything that he does?
Kobe told us yesterday, matter-of-factly, and in response to a question, it wasn't a proclamation, yeah, I feel almost always in a one-on-one situation, no one can really defend me. They might push me out and make me miss the shot, but they cannot deny me a shot.
I think the one thing, and I think Isaiah said it very well in the studio the one day, is he has that kind of ability, but he doesn't need to do it on every play. Pick and choose your spots. He's going to grow to learn how to do that.
Pippen with Kobe on him and a jump ball as he ties him up. So this means something to Kobe, even though the game is locked up. Bryant having his moments against Pippen.
He realizes Scottie Pippen is a 6-time world champion and he's one of the top 50 all-time players. And he realizes that you get your notoriety by playing and playing well against those people, but more importantly, beating those people. And the Rockets today played well, but the Lakers just wore them down. Bob, you said at halftime if it was close, who would the game go to? You said the Lakers. You were absolutely correct. Younger legs, fresher, and deeper.
And the tip belongs to the Lakers. Shaq has gone out with 22 points. Rodman leaves with 10 rebounds. Hakeem had 22 for the Rockets. 16 of them came in a red-hot first half. Nice pass from Fox tonight. Rick Fox has been a big story today. Here's Brent Price.
He looks like he's got a little quickness back after that horrible knee injury he suffered, and he could be a big piece to this Rocket puzzle in the playoffs if he can give him that kind of point guard play and hit the three.
Pippen out there till the bitter end. Bryant hits from behind the screen. Tomjanovich asked for time. Not so much for... Here is Matt Maloney for the first time today. Ball knocked away and into the backcourt. Touched by the Lakers, so no backcourt violation as Dickerson recovers it. And Maloney shoots. Fox takes the rebound. Exactly a minute to play. The Lakers are about to break their national TV Sunday afternoon hex. They had lost on NBC to the Jazz, the Pacers, and the Sonics on successive Sundays. Knight taps it back to Bryant. The Rockets have a day off tomorrow, then they're home against the Spurs Tuesday and home against the Clippers Thursday. So in this compacted schedule, that's a breather. This was their 9th game in 13 days. Fisher recovers it, 3 seconds to shoot. Knight will. Last 15 seconds. Miller from Maloney. And Fisher's just going to hold it until the buzzer sounds. The Lakers are 3-0 under Kurt Rambis, who for 5 years was a Laker assistant, and now at age 41 is their head coach.
Very impressive today by the Lakers. They hung in there. The Rockets played very, very well. They just wore them down, Bob, and they did it with play from a lot of different people, inspired defense, ball movement. This is the best I've seen the Lakers in a while.
Let's check in with Ahmad Rashad.
All right, thanks, Bob. I'm here with Dennis Rodman. Now, Dennis, there's so much hype, so much hoopla with you coming on this team about you being the answer. You guys should now go straight to the championship. Do you feel any pressure with all that on your shoulders?
I think the last time I felt pressure when I got married.
That's another story.
That's another story. But no, I don't feel any pressure. Everyone in this world knows what I can do and what I can bring to a team. I bring excitement, I bring a lot of hustle, enthusiasm, and this team needs something right now. They need a little leadership, and I thought I'd never say that. But, I'm on a different team with good young guys.
Yeah, but you do lead in your own way.
Yeah.
But you have played on some great basketball teams. As you look around you on this team, does this team have the potential of winning NBA championships?
Well, if these guys to keep focused, stay focused every day, and go out there and do what it takes to win. No matter who scores the point, no matter who's the hero that day, just go out there and work together as a team.
And you will be the leader in that area.
Well, I go out there and do what I do. I go out there and play the biggest guys, the toughest guys. And they see me go out there doing it every day in and day out. I hope it rubs off.
How about your conditioning? You haven't played much, been out the entire time. How's your conditioning?
My conditioning is real good right now. I got a couple games on my belt now, and just the fact I have to get, my legs to work with me as far as trying to get rebounds, stuff like that.
The biggest misconception about you, they think Dennis Rodman is just a partier, doesn't take care of his body, but you are probably one of the most well-tuned athletes that I've ever met.
Oh, yeah, I'm always in the gym every day for about 2 hours a day, and no matter if I go out and have a good time, I know that, you have to go out there and work first, and then, take care of business after that.
All right, Dennis, good to see you, man. Good luck to you.
I want to say hello to my wife, Tara Patrick. I hope that your grandma feel well, and we're with you, baby.
All right, Dennis. Back to you, Bob.
And a final confusing note tossed in there by Dennis. I'll let you people unravel it. We'll see you next week from Salt Lake City. Dennis and the Lakers will be there. For Doug Collins and Ahmad Rashad, I'm Bob Costas. The final here, 106.90 LA. And after these messages, we'll check in with the gang at our studios in New York, led by Hannah Storm. So long.